It's the 4th of July and we're going to metal detect all day long. We have 4 sites to go to with 5 buildings on them, and a lot of these are recent ones that we've been to with the Equinox. It's going to be warm today, so I don't know how long I'll last, but I'll do my best. Let's head on out. This is where we're going to start the day. This is the new permission that the guy stopped by and asked me if I wanted to go metal detect. This building here is actually one of his shops, so nobody lives there. And somebody lives in the one behind us that the front yard has all the bushes in. We won't be able to metal detect the front yard of that one, but we will on this one. Now in the backyards, both of them have backyards to hunt in, as well as an old alleyway in the very, very back, and then one that goes down the side over here that actually has some blacktop on it. You can tell on my machine over there that I do have the 6-inch coil on there, so we're gonna run that in this yard and just see what happens. Let's get set up and get metal detected. Now this is set up for discrimination. Today I wanna run an all metal. And you watch over here on the left. I'm gonna hit this horseshoe. Do you see it all light up? I'm accepting everything. Today I just wanna run in a mode where I can hear every target that goes underneath that coil. Back into settings. Recovery delay, we're on 4. Now, being that my coil does not have as much surface area as that 11-inch, upping the recovery speed on this, it will hurt depth. But being that it's such a small coil, you don't have to put it up to recovery speed 6 to get the effectiveness of the 6-inch coil. So I'm going to run it at 4 to try to give me a little bit more depth. And this is just based on theory that I've known in the past through metal detecting. But this is my first experience with this coil, so this may differ later once I form a better opinion on it. Now I'm going to hold down the settings button to get to iron bias. We're going to leave it at 0. That's pretty much it. Let's get metal detecting. It's a 19, 20, 21 or so. It looks like it's about 4 bars deep. Let's check that one. Huh. Well, here's a key. There's another key. 3 keys. I wish these were coins. It'd been nice. Maybe we'll get a 4th one. Let's see what's over here. Maybe if somebody dropped everything that's in their pocket, there was some money in there. 4 keys. 5 keys. 6 keys. 7 keys. 8 keys. 9 keys. 10. 11 keys, 12 keys, 13 keys, and I think that's it. Has anybody ever found 13 keys in the same hole? Jeez, little Pete. It's like a 22 to 24. It's another key. What is that, 14 keys? Let's see if that's actually what it was. Well, there's still something in there. So there's something right there, and it came up to a 26. Hopefully that little Monopoly house is not it. I think those are plastic. It's a belt buckle. Not a Civil War belt buckle. It's a semi-truck, Mack truck belt buckle. That's an older truck, so I don't know, 80s or something. Solid brass. Oh, 1980. So we actually have a date on a 1980 Mack truck belt buckle. So all kinds of stuff in this yard. Boy, the pinpoint is so small on this thing. It's pretty awesome, actually. Right about there, we have a 23, 24, 25, a little mixed. We have a little interesting find here. I'm not sure what that is, but it looks like a bezel off of something. Not really sure. Reminds me of like one of those gyro things you used to spin and it would stand up as it's spinning, but not sure. So let's keep on looking. We have about a 23 or so. Pretty small target. It's kind of a mixed signal. It's about a 19 and it's in here in the plug. I think it's like a aluminum something, but it's Texas. States of the Union. Austin's marked on there. I'll actually be in Austin very soon. And Shell's coin game. So maybe Shell's gas stations had these things out at one point in time. So there, Texas. We have another good one right there. It's pretty good. It's a 26, 27, 28. So that's even better. Once I see something in here, we'll come down here and take a look at it if it's interesting. We're down at the hole now. See what comes out of here. It's right there, right off the edge. We'll add a little bit more dirt carefully. It might be a Matchbox car, actually. It is. That is a Porsche. That's what that is. A racing Grand Prix style, so. All right, keep looking. Has a plastic bottom, so fairly new. Target's right about there. Coming in at a 19, 18. A little bit more consistent than a lot of these we've dug today. Looks like another one of these Shell oil. I guess it's Shell oil, but Shell States of the Union, Nevada, Carson City there. You can see it's Shell's coin game. So maybe we'll have all 50 by the time we leave here. All right, let's keep going. 28. It's like a early 60s Chevy, I believe. Not sure. But that's an older one. It's got metal wheels, I believe. The bottom's metal, so. Made in England by Lesney, so it's not a Matchbox. Okay, this will be my first one that I don't think it is actually a Matchbox car, but still want to check anyway. It's a good tone, nice and high. Pinpoint's nice and modulated and small. It's up here now. I don't know. It's got somewhat of a mixed signal. There it is. See it fall out of there? Right about there. It's a quarter. It's not a States quarter. So that means it's a little older. It's actually 1998. We'll keep looking. Still a quarter though. We're now entering the backyard. I don't know if there's been much backfill done back here, but there obviously would have been, you know, people back here doing all kinds of things to lose stuff for us to find today. That's a pretty good signal at 3 bars deep. Let's go get it, see what it is. It's another belt buckle. That's a Triumph motorcycles, different brand than the old Harleys, but Triumph belt buckle. You can see it there. Probably, it just came off, but probably be salvageable in some way. That looks fairly old. Somebody probably think that's cool. I'll try to keep that together, but yeah, there. Triumph motorcycles. So I was getting a 29 signal in that hole right there, and I dug it and I couldn't find it, and it wasn't deep, and it sounded like another Matchbox car. But I'm gonna take you down there because I just saw something pop out of the edge. I'm not really sure what it is. It could be just a fun thing or whatever, but it is bigger. Doesn't feel heavy. Well, here is our find. It is very different, but it says Universal Exposition, St. Louis, United States of America. It's got 2 folks on there. I don't know who they are. And then on the back, and I'm from Kentucky, I know my bourbons, but I.W. Harper, a gold medal whiskey, 100 proof, exactly straight bourbon whiskey. I.W. Harper Distilling Company, Louisville, Kentucky. And yes, it's Louisville, not Louisville. And replica of one of 4 gold medals awarded to I.W. Harper. That's pretty cool. All right, I'll try to get a few more in this yard, and maybe we'll head on over there to the house we were at with all the aluminum. So this place probably looks really familiar. We just found a lot of aluminum here in 3 Indians. Now I'm back again. We're gonna start out with the 11-inch coil and then switch to the 6-inch coil. That other place, we were finding a lot of Matchbox cars. We did find cool little tokens and things, but there's just a lot of stuff in the yard where it's such a small yard. A lot of families have been living in those houses for many years, and so the guy had warned me that it was pretty trashy when he bought it, and pretty much taken like dumpster loads of trash out of the yard because they just piled it up. So it's pretty junky. So we came up here. It's noon right now, so I spent 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock there. So that's a good 4-hour hunt with what we have. It's time to move on. So here's our next one. We're gonna hunt the same. We're gonna dig about any tone that we get that's solid. Got a 12, 13 right there. Coming in right there. Still in there. Definitely a 13 still. It's a piece of a harmonica reed, so that's a good sign. This is like right beside where I found all them 3 other Indians at. They're all probably within 10-15 feet of this spot, so it's pretty old. Got a solid 14 there. What about there? Still 14, still in the hole. It's a well, I just broke the edge of it off, but it is a suspenders clip. I should have just done it with a brush. All right, we'll keep moving. Got a 16. Right about there. It's right down in here. Somewhere in this area. Oh, I see it. You see it? It's right there. Looks like another harmonica reed. Getting into some pretty good targets here. Definitely old. Let's keep on going. Here's a 16. Still a 16, and it's in the plug. Pull tab. This one there. Doesn't sound all that big, so it might be a coin. So check it out. I see some 26s in there. See what we have here. I think it's a wheat cent, to tell you the truth. Yep, 56. Not ancient, but it's a wheat. So yay, our first older coin. So let's keep moving. So we've been metal detecting over here again, just to give it another shot. Found a few things, but it's been another 2.5 hours, and we're gonna come over here. The landowner here said we could metal detect this place last time I was out, and I didn't ask him if it would be here today, but he was out in the yard, and I said, hey, are you okay with me coming over? He said, sure, come on over. So we're gonna go ahead and metal detect this place. I do know that that portion of the yard over here on that side of the sidewalk is all fill dirt. He said, don't look over there, you won't find anything. So we're gonna look all over here. Got a 20, 19 right there. Let's check the hole. Not in there. Got a straight 20, 19. Somewhere right there. Not sure what metal type that is, but it's a buckle of some sort. So just a piece of it. 20, 19, 21, a little jumpy. We'll take it though. It's up to, I'm gonna call that one a 24 to 26. First coin from this yard. It's probably gonna be a wheat just because of how high it was reading up in the 23, 24, 25. Yeah, it's a 1938. You may be able to see that. Yeah, clear there. I won't be able to see the back until I clean it off at the house, but 1938 wheat. All right, let's keep looking. It's nice and 3 bars down. Not pinpointing like a piece of trash. It's got some really nice numbers. Keep your fingers crossed. I've been out here a lot of hours so far. It's like 3:30. That's a really good sign. Somewhere right there underneath the root. Always under the root. It's a range guide here in town. That one looks like it's brass too. Like, still looks good. I'm not gonna rub on it too much. Yeah, it snapped off. Awesome. Wasn't expecting a range guide up here today, but there it is. It's a pretty cool one too. 18, 3 bars deep, so it's probably an Indian. Right about there. Check the hole. It's up there, 19. Looks like it's right at the bottom of all that topsoil. I've talked about it before, where this is all dark topsoil, and then you can see this is where we started into the clay layer, and whatever sank through all that is sitting right at the top of that clay layer. And that's where they'll generally stop. See? Right there. Right when the clay layer finished up at the bottom of the topsoil, resting Indian head scent. Here's our find. It's like an 1867, 87, 97, something, maybe something 7. But it's an Indian head scent, so it's not a fatty. But I'll have to clean that up when we get to the house and see if I can get the actual date off of it. I'll mark that up at the in scrolling view I do. So good. Old 1800s Indian. Well, I'm starting to get pretty tired. Been out here all day long. It's like 4 something now. So now it's a little bit after 5, but 4 days later. While I was out there, I actually spent about 45 minutes after making my last clip there with the adjoining neighbor across the road getting permission, which we actually did. It's 1876 or older. Now, we'll go there eventually. I was pretty tired. I hadn't had any sugar most of the day, just drinking water. Had a little bit for lunch, but I think my blood pressure was getting low. It's really hot. So I just decided to call it quits and do this ending now. Before I left out of the yellow house, since I'm not going to go back, and then the house where we started today, I buried these canisters. Now with these canisters, I got on Amazon and I bought 2 pounds of wheat pennies. So I'm going to put 10 wheat pennies or cents in each one of these things from now on to make the find just a little bit more substantial when somebody finds it someday. Now with the Equinox book, the video called Permission Becomes Permissions, that's going to be the list for whoever is borrowing the book currently can look through that video and look at the comments and see, oh, this person wants to borrow the book. They can discuss amongst each other addresses and that kind of thing and how they're going to get it mailed to one another. The hunt today was pretty good. We found a lot of knickknacks and doodads and thingamajigs, all kinds of stuff. But any day out metal detecting is a good day. You're not always going to find a bucket full of gold coins and things like that, but it's just nice to be out and find a couple good finds and just interesting stuff. That's pretty much it. Thank you very much for joining in and watching this video. I hope everybody had a great 4th of July, and until next time, take care.